Hi guys, welcome back to King's Crimson Ant World, and today we're showing you our bearded dragons enclosure, which we're making all bioactive, and you can see how I've put the substrate in with the liner and everything in the ball python video I did, where I showed you how I lined that vivarium and put the substrate in. All the wood in here is all nice and sturdily put in. It's in substrate nicely as well, so none of it moves. That's the little basking area there. The substrate we've used is Arcadia, Earthmix, Arid as well, instead of just the normal Earthmix, because obviously it's the bearded dragons, they need a dry substrate. So we'll get on with the video. We're going to be showing you the plants and everything we put into. Arcadia Earthmix Arid contains rather lock for lots of good drainage in the substrate, worm manure as well, so it's custodian ready because they can feed on it, and the lava rock also provides like minerals for good plant growth. So here you can see some of the plants we got. We got these from ASDA. They were 80p each, just their growing selection. We've got some basil, wonderfully aromatic growing basil, and some fresh and earthy growing thyme, and some delicate and peppery growing curly parsley, and some cool and refreshing growing garden mint. So it's all nice edible herbs which beardies can eat, so hopefully they will enjoy these. So here are the plants all set out ready for sorting out to go in the viv, and we've got, this is the mint, which is nice healthy plant, and then it's all grown quite nice on my windowsill so far. And then we've got the thyme over here, which is looking alright. It could probably look a bit better, but hopefully that'll do nicely in the viv and everything. And then we've also got, here's the parsley too. They're a bit dry at the minute, so they're a bit limp, but hopefully they'll pick up soon and everything. And then we've also got another thyme as well. We were meant to get a rosemary, but we ended up with another thyme instead, which is fine. And then there's the basil is not doing very well. Hopefully that might pick up. If it doesn't, then that's okay. We can always get some more. But I'm hoping that there is a few healthy leaves on the plant, so fingers crossed that will boost itself and grow a little. And then here we've got some pak choi, which I've been growing in, well, it's just been growing on some cotton wool at the minute, wet cotton wool, and that's been growing lovely, all ready to go inside the vivarium. Pak choi is a favourite for our dragons, so I'm not sure if this will last long, but it's pretty easy. Once they eat the leaves, you can just stick it in some moist soil or substrate, and that will just grow again like mad. So it's good, it regenerates. And then we've got another one here. This is a bit smaller. It's taken a longer to grow, but we'll still put it in, and hopefully that will be able to grow a little bit longer also. So they're just all nice healthy plants that the beardies can just nibble out. I mean, they will still get their standard veg every day as well, so these will just be extra enrichment for them. And there's also some watercress, which I have a plan for. That's not going to go in the substrate because it needs to be kept moist, obviously, to grow. But I have a plan for it, and you will see it later on in the video, and I'm quite pleased with how the plan ends up. So here I've just got some spring water in there, and I'm going to soak some of my sphagnum moss inside it also, so they can get nice and moist and wet and just hold in a lot of nice moisture, because I will be wrapping the roots of the plants that I use in some of this moss and then planting it in the tank, just because the moss will hold the extra moisture to for the plants to grow and get liquid from, because obviously you can't have too much humidity in the tanks. You have to be careful about how much water you put in. So if I just water where the moss is each day, then it shouldn't really affect the humidity too much, rather than having to wet all the soil. So hopefully that will all work out well, and we'll go on with the next bit. So here I have got the plants. I've dusted off all the soil from the roots, so they're not. I don't want to risk putting any fertilizer or any fertilizers and that in the viv. So I've just got all the soil off, which will make it easier to plant too. And I'm just going to wrap the roots in the moss, like I said earlier. And now here we are. I've wrapped the roots in the moss, a nice damp ball of moss there all around the roots to keep them nice and hydrated. And the plant is going to go in all the way over in that corner. This is the mint plant going in first. So I'll just plant that in, firm the soil all around it all nicely, around the roots and that. And hopefully the beardies will enjoy this once it's in. It smells lovely as well, so we can have a lovely smelling viv too. No beardy smells in there. And here you can see the plant all nicely firmly in and everything underneath the UV light, so hopefully that will continue to grow well and will be enjoyed by the beardies. And the next plant I've got is some thyme, which again the roots were, all the dirt was dusted off and they've been wrapped again in some nice wet sphagnum moss. That's just going to go down between the wood in that nice little gap there, and then I'll just try and push all the dirt back on top of the roots and everything. It's quite a tight space, but hopefully that will grow nicely there in the wood and shouldn't be disturbed too much or dug up, which is why it's going in there as well. I thought that'd be a good place to put it. And that looks quite nice amongst all the wood. So, and then we've got the mint over there and the thyme, and we'll go for the next bit. So here I have thyme because the plants split up quite nicely, and I have wrapped the root, dusted off all the dirt off the roots, wrapped it in sphagnum moss dry, and then wrapped that in some jute string. Just to make a nice big ball, and then I dropped the ball with the roots and the moss and the string into some water. That soaked up all the water and pulled it out, and there's a nice loop there all twisted and sturdy, and that should hang inside the vivarium. And then to water it I just have to spray directly into the moss whenever I want it to be watered, and hopefully that will grow nicely as well. And I'm now just going to hang it up on a little hook on the top at the front corner, and the beardies will be able to obviously pull bits off and eat it. That will dangle down like that. I like how it looks. I think that looks quite cool, and then it's not all just in the substrate, and they'll have a lot more trouble trying to disturb that plant out as well. But I thought that would add a bit more height and everything, and some more enrichment for the beardies to just have to like reach up and try and get some of the leaves off. So I'm quite pleased with how that looks, and hopefully the moss will hold a good amount of moisture anyway. So, and I've also done another one with watercress, because that will keep all the roots of the watercress nice and wet, and that will hang up, and again they'll be able to reach up and pull bits of the cress off and enjoy eating it, because they do enjoy cress. And once they've eaten it, if they eat it all, then I can reuse the moss as well. Just unravel it all, reuse the moss, put some more either cress in or another plant or something, so that it doesn't look very pretty, but it does the job, and I think they'll enjoy it as well. And again, it's just got a nice sturdy loop, all twisted round several pieces of the jute string, and that's just been hung up on another hook up at the tops as well. So I'm pleased with how that looks too. So here you can see the end result. I've put all the plants in now, and I'm really super pleased with how it looks. All the roots obviously wrapped in sphagnum moss, then planted into holes and buried. So there's some thyme here in this little crevice between all the bits of wood there, and then we've got some more thyme planted there, which you saw me put in. And there is also some curly parsley beside that, which we'll see in a minute. You see a little pak choi is there. I'm not sure whether I've really put that in where it will get enough light, but we'll see how that does. And here is some more cress, roots wrapped in moss and the jute string, and that's been firmly attached to that piece of wood there with the string and everything. That won't come off. That's quite sturdy. They'll be able to eat the cress from it. And there's 3 of these. There's another one up here on the wood as well, and they'll they can move around. If they're up on the log, they can try and peck some off. It's not too bad. There's the parsley right there, which looks nice. I'm pleased with how that's all gone in. That plant's split in 2 as well, so there's some there, and then another cress ball there so they can eat from it. And again, I can just unravel it and reuse the moss and everything to do different things. And then up here we've got the hanging thyme that I put up as well, so I'm really pleased with how that's looking. and hopefully that will continue to grow nicely and everything in the moist moss. And then that's just hung just above the food bowl, so they can just reach up and have some if they fancy it. And then here is the rest of the curly parsley planted down there in next to the mint. So hopefully, I know they enjoy their parsley sometimes as well, so they'll probably enjoy eating that. And then the mint next to it in the corner, again you saw me put that one in. It's looking nice and healthy. And then the basil next to it, nicely positioned under the light, so I'm hoping that will pick up and grow nicely in there. Or, well, if the beardies get it before it grows, then that's fine, we'll just have to get some more, but hopefully they'll enjoy it. And I'm really loving how this is looking. And then there is some more thyme right over in that corner as well, the other side, near where the heat bulb sort of side is. I'm not sure how well that will do, but it's looking alright. And I will do another video in a few days' time just to see how the Viv is getting on and how it's all going. And there will also be another video soon of me putting in some isopods, some more isopods. There's some in there, but they haven't done very well, so I'm going to be putting some more in, hopefully with the plants in the moist areas where the moss is around the roots and stuff, they'll thrive. And then here you can see the cress, so if they're up on the wood they can have a good yank and tug and get some of the cress off, or stand up and just have to stretch a bit to get to it and everything. So it's all just hopefully able to enrichment for their environment and everything, so they can forage around a bit as they like. But as I said, they will still get obviously the bugs and their veg in their bowl as well, so this is just to make it look nice for them to just run around. So we'll put Charlie in and see what he thinks, although I don't know, he's a bit shocked. I think he doesn't seem to want to really come off my hand. Normally he'll jump off my hand to get into his Viv, so I think he's a bit confused. And we'll just let him go in and just have a little browse. I'm just going to have to put him in. He's not wanting to climb it. Oh, there we go. See whether I think he's very confused. He's giving me the side eye. He's not too impressed, but you know, he might enjoy it a bit later on. We'll just have to see. Let him have a nice little explore. So now we'll just see what Lucy thinks, get her put in, let her have a little browse. She's not jumping off me either, but we'll have a look. I know she loves her veggies a lot more than Charlie does, so she'll probably enjoy having a good look. Oh, there we go. She's already going for the patchouli and haven't even got her in yet, so she should enjoy this a lot. We'll just let her have a little browse and see what she thinks. And now there's just a couple of pictures of Charlie and Lucy looking around the Viv at different points. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share and subscribe.